Hi, I'm Bob Kutschbach, owner and broker of Carleton Realty. And I'd like to talk to you about what is being called the appraisal gap. The appraisal gap. Today, because the market is so competitive, it is very common for people to offer more than the list price. And while this might be a little risky, the truth of the matter is it's a necessity if you're going to be the successful bidder in buying a home. Many of the contracts we're seeing today are easily $5,000 or $10,000 more than list price. Now, in a typical real estate market, houses sell for 97 to 98% of list price. So there's usually a 2 to 3% negotiation below list price, but not today. We have at least 7 buyers for every nice house that goes on the market. So there's going to be competitive offers. One of the strategies that buyers are using is to offer more than the list price by whatever number that is, 5, 10, 15, 20,000, depending on how the house is priced. The house may be priced a little low and the house is worth every penny of 10,000 over list price. Or the buyer may just like the house well enough they're willing to pay a premium because houses are appreciating so quickly right now. That house may easily be worth that by the end of the year or something like that. So here's the problem. The appraisal may not come in for the purchase price. So that would be predictable. It actually happens less often than we expect. Okay, it is quite common that appraisals do come in at the $5,000 to $10,000 more because by the time the appraiser comes out, there are more recent sales that indicate the higher prices in the last few weeks. But it's also very common for the appraisal to come in low. So the appraisal gap is where the buyer offers to bring the difference in cash. So if the house appraises for list price, the buyer's offered $10,000 more than list price, the buyer has offered to bring up to $10,000 more than the appraisal if necessary. That doesn't mean they'll bring $10,000 more than the appraisal. They'll only bring the amount over the appraisal up to the purchase price. But they've limited that to $10,000, the amount they offered over list price. And that is very attractive to sellers. So with all these buyers offering more than list price, and the standard contract being voidable if it doesn't appraise for the purchase price, the seller likes the offer where the buyer has offered to cover the appraisal gap. And that's what it means. The buyer will bring any excess money required to make up the difference between the agreed upon purchase price and the amount of the appraisal. Now, a good buyer and a good agent should cap that number out, should put a limit, not any amount over the appraisal, but $5,000, $10,000 over the appraisal. The buyer will cover the appraisal gap not to exceed $10,000. And so it's one of the strategies being used by many agents and many buyers to get sellers to favor their offer. If you have any more questions on the appraisal gap, please call one of our agents and they'll be glad to help you. Thank you for watching.